Have you ever come across a quote that stopped you in your tracks? Not because it was clever or poetic, but because it spoke directly to something ancient and wordless within you? Perhaps it was something like, "Don't grieve. Anything you lose comes round in another form." Or maybe, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." These aren't just words, they're echoes of something timeless. They were written over 700 years ago by a man named Jalal ad-Din Muhammad Rumi, simply known to the world as Rumi. But how is it that in an age of AI, social media, quantum computing, and space tourism, we still find ourselves turning to the teachings of a 13th-century Sufi mystic for solace, clarity, and inspiration? What is it about Rumi that continues to resonate so profoundly in the 21st century? That's exactly what we're diving into today. Welcome to the Unfolding Journey, a space where ancient wisdom meets modern life. Here, we explore the teachings, philosophies, and poetic voices that have echoed across centuries, helping us make sense of this wild, beautiful human experience. If you're on a path of growth, reflection, or simply curious about how past voices shape present truths, you're in the right place. Timeless truths in a timeless voice. One of the key reasons Rumi's work still resonates is because it touches on themes that are fundamentally human: love, longing, grief, joy, transformation, and unity. These are experiences that transcend culture, religion, and time. Rumi didn't write for scholars. He wrote for the heart. His metaphors are rich and earthy. Wine, fire, birds, the beloved, the reed flute. You don't need a PhD in philosophy to understand him. He speaks to the lover, the seeker, the wounded, the joyful, all with equal tenderness. Take this quote: "You were born with wings. Why prefer to crawl through life?" This isn't just poetry. It's a wake-up call. It shakes you. It reminds you of your own potential, your own divinity, and the way you may be underselling your life. And in an age where many feel disconnected from their purpose or overwhelmed by digital noise, Rumi's invitation to return to the soul feels more urgent than ever. In an age of disconnection, Rumi teaches unity. We live in one of the most connected, yet emotionally isolated times in human history. We scroll endlessly, DM strangers, and video call loved ones across continents, but loneliness remains at epidemic levels. Rumi's work offers an antidote to this fragmentation, because he consistently points us back to the oneness of all things. You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop. This is more than poetic. It's mystical. It invites us to shift our perception, to see that the boundaries we think divide us, race, religion, nationality, class, are illusions. We're not separate. We're interwoven. For a generation that is searching for meaning and wholeness in a divided world, Rumi's teachings are a kind of spiritual homecoming. Love, not as romance, but as spiritual awakening. When Rumi speaks of love, it's not the rom-com version. It's not just about two people falling for each other. His idea of love is far more expansive. It's a cosmic force, a path, a teacher. Love is the bridge between you and everything. To Rumi, love is the fire that burns away ego, illusion, and separation. In his relationship with Shams of Tabriz, we don't just see a friendship or mentorship. We see an explosion of spiritual transformation. Their union pushed Rumi beyond the limits of identity and into union with the divine. This form of love is deeply needed today, not just romantic love, but soulful love, the kind that inspires growth, compassion, and connection. It's a medicine for a world tired of superficiality and hungry for depth, embracing pain and transformation. Another reason Rumi feels so relevant today is because he never sugarcoats the pain of being human. He doesn't offer cliches or easy answers. Instead, he honors grief, heartbreak, confusion as sacred parts of the journey. Try not to resist the changes that come your way. Instead, let life live through you. In a culture obsessed with happiness and instant gratification, Rumi's view of suffering as initiation offers a deeply countercultural, but healing message. He tells us not to fear the pain, but to dance with it. Not to numb it, but to trust its wisdom. This is incredibly empowering in the 21st century, where mental health is finally being recognized but still often stigmatized. Rumi tells us our darkness is not a failure, it's a doorway. The invitation to go inward. We're bombarded daily with external stimuli, likes, notifications, breaking news, ads, content. The outer world is louder than ever, but Rumi's voice is a quiet whisper that says, there is a voice that doesn't use words. Listen. He reminds us of the inner world, the stillness inside, the soul's voice, the sanctuary we all carry within us. Meditation, mindfulness, journaling, these aren't modern fads. They're ancient practices Rumi embodied centuries ago. In that sense, Rumi becomes a spiritual guide, not just a poet. He reminds us that the most important journey isn't one of miles, but one of inward depth. And in a time when burnout, distraction, and anxiety are commonplace, that message is life-saving. Beyond religion, toward universal spirituality. Another reason Rumi resonates globally is because his spirituality transcends labels. Though he was deeply rooted in Sufism and Islam, his language is inclusive and universal. You can be Christian, Buddhist, atheist, or spiritual but not religious, and still find deep meaning in his words. That's why he's quoted at yoga studios, weddings, therapy sessions, and on Instagram alike. He said, "I belong to no religion. My religion is love. Every heart is my temple." This kind of radical inclusivity is exactly what the 21st century needs. As dogmas and rigid belief systems cause division, Rumi invites us into a more spacious, compassionate spirituality, one that honors mystery over certainty, love over law. Poetry as soul language in a rational age. We live in an age of logic, data, algorithms, and analytics. But Rumi reminds us that not everything can, or should, be explained. Some things are meant to be felt. His poetry doesn't appeal to the intellect alone, it awakens the soul. It bypasses the rational mind and speaks directly to the heart, the body, the memory, the mystery. That's why his verses are often memorized, sung, whispered in prayer, or turned into visual art. He helps people feel again. And in a world often numbed by overstimulation, that's a radical gift. Social media, an unexpected revival of Rumi. Ironically, one of the most modern phenomena, social media, has helped Rumi become even more relevant. His short, punchy, evocative lines are tailor-made for platforms like Instagram and Pinterest. But more than just aesthetic content, these quotes often serve as digital lifelines, tiny moments of presence in a sea of distraction. A Rumi quote in your feed can feel like a breath of fresh air, a nudge toward reflection, a reminder of something deeper. He may not have known what a smartphone was, but his words found their way here, because truth always finds a way. A guide for the seeker in all of us. Ultimately, Rumi endures because he doesn't just offer information, he offers transformation. He doesn't tell you what to believe, he invites you to experience. He doesn't hand you answers, he urges you to keep asking better questions. What you seek is seeking you. Whether you're deconstructing your faith, healing from heartbreak, navigating identity, or simply trying to be more present, Rumi offers a mirror and a map. And that's why in the chaos of modern life, his voice still cuts through. So, why does Rumi still resonate? Because he reminds us that beneath all our roles, beliefs, and distractions, we are souls on a journey back to love. And that message, simple and sacred, will always matter. If this conversation stirred something in you, if you felt seen, curious, or even a little cracked open, consider joining us on this unfolding journey. Push pin subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with someone who could use a little soul medicine today. Until next time, remember, the moment you accept what troubles you've been given, the door will open. Thank you for watching.